other. We have Mr. Adi Godrej now joining us. Poultry stocks have been on a tear, and Godrej Industries is also in focus as it holds just over 60% in Godrej Agrovet, and which is actually now going to be a listed company in some time. Mr. Godrej, good morning. Always good to have you on the show, sir. Timeline for Godrej Agrovet IPO, and what kind of growth do you think this company could report going forward? Because we have seen some of your peer companies reporting decent growth over the last 6 months or so.
I think Godrej Agrovet should do well. Monsoon is shaping up very well. But unfortunately, I'm not permitted to talk about the IPO.
I understand that, Mr. Godrej. I was just referring to the kind of opportunity which is there in this particular space, because some of your listed peers have done well.
Yes, we think there's tremendous opportunity in this space. We think that things in the agricultural sector are changing very dramatically, and our R&D in Godrej Agrovet has led to very good forward-looking products and performance.
Okay. Mr. Godrej, good morning, and thanks so much for joining in. But if you could talk about the industry then, the poultry industry in particular. The reason we ask is because the market has practically re-rated most of the poultry stocks. So what is the industry growth looking like in FY18, and is it higher than what we've seen in the past?
Sorry, I don't follow each section's details as you might, because I'm not directly running Godrej Agrovet. Yeah.
Sir, take that point, but on a broader level, I mean, we'll just start talking about GST. A lot of sectors where there is a big unorganized play, they perhaps will benefit with the move to organized. Could that happen for the poultry space as well?
Yes, I think it could happen in many spaces that our companies operate in, because it's not a question of small scale or medium scale versus large scale. It's more a question of any business which evaded taxes earlier will find it very difficult now. So I think there will be a movement from tax evading businesses to tax compliant businesses with GST. And this will apply to all sectors, to my mind. Okay.
Mr. Godrej, so once again, of course, you'll be hampered by the fact that since you are in the process of IPO of Godrej Agrovet, you won't be able to give us too much information. But on a consolidated basis for Godrej Industries, most of your businesses are doing well. Godrej Properties clearly is doing well. Godrej Consumer, we saw phenomenal numbers after the last quarter and the re-rating in the stock. Overall, how's FY18 shaping up?
I think FY18 will be very good for Godrej Industries, because as you rightly put it, the constituent businesses will do very well. I think one of the major reasons why Godrej Consumer Products, Godrej Properties will benefit will be the introduction of the GST. I think in the second half of the year, the GST will lead to strong growth in many industries, where efficiencies will improve, logistics will improve, costs will improve, and in many cases even the rates of taxes have been very moderate, so I think consumption will improve. So overall GDP growth will improve, so I expect the economy to do well, and some of our businesses will particularly benefit from that.
Sir, you're in the process of listing Agrovet, but the standalone business also includes chemicals, estate management and finance investments, etc. Any plans of restructuring in, Godrej Industries, or, listing of your sub-industries now?
No, other than Godrej Agrovet, we have no plans at this point of time.
So on the consumer side, is the entire supply chain now pretty much in sync with GST, and can we start seeing normalization as quickly as the second quarter itself, the restocking, so to speak?
We feel things will improve. There was some downstocking in the month of June. I think in July and August things should improve, but I expect strong benefits from the effects of GST from October onwards.
Okay. And a word on Godrej Properties as well, Mr. Godrej. Now with RERA coming into effect, the feedback that we have is that larger players are going to get bigger as the smaller players will cave in. Would that be a right assumption?
Yes, I think RERA will favor businesses which consumers trust. And in our case, we've already registered some of our new projects under RERA. And as the governments all over the country get active on implementation of RERA, we think there will be some benefits to players like us. And GST itself will also benefit players like us.
Okay. All right, Mr. Godrej, thank you so much for joining us and giving us those insights this morning on the show. Well, now let's